What is up, everybody? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm enjoying this great weather we have here on New Year's today, and enjoying one of my presents, making some beef jerky on the dehydrator. But this video is about the equipment that I am using to record my videos, charge my batteries, and transfer my data from my SD cards to my computer. We're not going to go into any video editing today, but all the stuff that I do to make that happen and make it really convenient to get things charged up quickly. So it is an affiliate link that I'll have linked for each of the products in this. If you click on that and purchase anything there, that's going to help me out. So that'd be much appreciated. But let's jump right into what I'm using when I'm out on the water recording. All right, so here's my setup for the videoing and charging when I'm out on the road fishing. We've got the drone, the solid state drive, microphones. We've got external batteries, cameras, SD card reader, tripod, USB cables that are unique. These aren't just your standard USB cables. And then we've got a USB charging hub. So let's walk through each one of these individually, and I'll give you the details that I know about them and how I've been using them. So most importantly, if you're going to be doing video, you got to have cameras. What I've been running here for the last year is the DJI Action 4. This thing has been a really great camera. I removed the outside plate here so I can provide that external power and hook up my microphone. But it's been, really simple to use. It is, doesn't have all the issues that I was having with my old GoPro. It's been a solid camera. Records in 4K, does, your standard time lapse, slow motion, things like that. I run this on a 5-minute loop, and that way I'm not having to go through 8, 9, 10 hours of video on a fishing day to find those fish catches. And then for coming up on the last 5 years, I've been running this GoPro Max 360 camera. Again, I pulled the battery on that one because of the overheat issues and charging issues. But you can see this one's been used quite a bit, about due for a replacement here. But again, it's been a solid camera. Get those 360 shots. It doesn't record in quite 4K once you get it stitched together, but it can do a little bit of work with Adobe Premiere Pro and get those action shots to come out really good. So 2 solid cameras. I run this one over the shoulder, and I run this one out in front to get all that sweeping out in front of me or back to where I'm sitting. Audio is always a key piece of having great videos as well. I picked this microphone set up around July of this last year. Was using an iCast to get those interviews while I was there. But this is the newer CM28. It comes with 2 microphones, and then this is your receiver that can be plugged directly into your GoPro or your DJI camera or your cell phone. So it's got 2 adapters that come with it. This is for your USB-C connections, and then if you have a iPhone, here's your lightning connector as well. Also nice, it comes with these wind blocks to help, especially when we're outside getting a lot of wind noise and things like that. That really cuts down on that. You can run both cameras at a time, get some stereo audio, and that all is connected in through our receiver here. It all is self-contained, self-charging, so as soon as we put it back in its own box, those batteries are all going to be charged up, and it holds a pretty good charge in this box. You can get several uses out of it. Obviously, if you are doing multi full day fishing things, you're going to have to charge that up. But just doing some interviews or podcast type stuff, great camera or great microphone to use. Another nice feature is it has your lapel connection, but then it also has this magnet. So if you're not wearing something with buttons or a collar or something like that, you can put the magnet inside your shirt. It's pretty strong too, and then put your microphone on the outside there, and it's going to hold it right in place. So another really good addition I picked up and been using it for about 6 months now. One, if you want to improve your audio, it's a great option. It doesn't cost nearly as much as the DJI version, which I know a lot of people are using that. Great product. But for me, this is a budget-friendly option that seems to have the exact same performance from what I've seen. So here's how the receiver for the mic setup attaches to your action camera. I'm using the USB-C into the side. We have another USB-C input, right? That's where we can put our charging cable into it. And then we've got the receiver here that's going to be receiving the signal from the microphones. You can see the input. The microphones are picking me up talking, and it would be feeding that into, and it automatically overrides the mic on the camera. So that's a really good, quick setup there to get some really good audio. I'm not using it right now, so I can demonstrate this for you, but if I wasn't doing this video, I'd be using those microphones. It's just such a much more clear sound, and that receiver gives you all your input, right? You can see that we're recorded in mono right now. We have strong signal strength for both of our microphones, and then you can see what your microphone pickup is, and get that adjusted. There's adjustable levels on the microphones themselves as to how sensitive they are, and then they also have some noise canceling built in them as well. So quick and easy, no problems. I've never had any issues with that coming loose or anything when I'm out on the water or walking around recording at the conventions and things like that. So again, a great pickup by Neewer to improve what you have with your action cameras. Next, we've got the DJI Mini 2 SE. Again, it's not the fanciest drone out there, but it gets some nice shots. You can get those overheads running up to 400 feet, which is the maximum altitude we're supposed to be running here in the US anyway. It's really stable, can handle winds up to about 20 miles an hour, and I've tested that. I've been out there running up high in some thunderstorms, and it'll alert you if it's a little too windy to be stable, get it down. It's GPS tracked, so it knows its launch location or its home location. It can return back to that. Pretty decent battery life. It does come with one extra battery. I've got one in here as well. You can charge through the drone, or you can get the DJI charger. But right now I'm just doing it with the drone and my USB hub, which charges it really fast. It's been a fun addition. Get some additional shots that I wasn't able to do before, whether that's those above shots or those side shots and swinging around. It's also got some pre-programmed wraparounds or pullbacks, different things like that you can do. It also comes with a nice little carrying case. Obviously this plastic part is for your drone to go into. I put my extra batteries in here, and then you got the storage compartment inside for the remote or a little bit extra stuff if you're doing that. And again, this is one, as long as you're not doing it for commercial reasons or making money off of it, this one complies with the less than 250 grams, which requires you to have your Part 107 license. That is something that I have started my training for. I'm going to do that, but it's not a requirement to fly this drone. So if you're wanting to get a beginner type drone that's really stable, this is one I definitely look at. And you can tie it in with your cell phone and get your video images off of that. But then it's got an SD card slot, so you can record those videos and get it downloaded for any of your video editing you want to do. And then I've got a lot of batteries to charge after being on the day fishing, and if it's tournament days, I don't have forever to get that stuff done, right? I want to get things charged as quickly as possible so I can get everything ready, get a good sleep that next night. So it's a 2-day tournament, or I was pre-fishing the day before. So again, I picked this one up off of Amazon as well. I'm not really sure who the manufacturer is. It just says it's a model S10, but check this out. We got 2 USB-Cs that'll go up to 100-watt output. Now to do that, you can see it does require an E-Mark cord, otherwise it's capped at 60. There's not very many things that I'm aware of that'll even charge it at more than that. But these middle USB-Cs are 30-watt outputs, and then you've got your USB do a 5-volt 3-amp output. So you can get things charged pretty quickly with this. Again, it's not real big. It's barely bigger than my hand, and got your standard ports right there. It comes with its own cord. You plug into a 110 outlet, and you can charge a lot of things at one time and get it done very quickly. So let me show you the next thing that I found super neat, because I didn't know what I was outputting or what my devices were capable of actually charging at. I picked up these USB cables, data cables, capable of going up to 100-watt output. Got 4 of those, but the cool thing on these is you got it plugged into my drone. It gives you an output at what it's actually charging. So, I've got it plugged in over here into the spot that is capable of going up to 100 watts or 60-watt output if you don't have the T-Mark USB cables. And it's telling me that, this battery's about full, it's starting to drop. So it's regulating itself as the charge comes up. But you can see exactly where the output is, how much it is, and that's been great. I really like that. I know I'm getting a good charge with those, and got 4 of those. They wrap up real nice. I went with the 6-foot cables. I believe they offer a 3-foot cable as well, but sometimes I'm charging on tables and things like that I can't quite reach. So again, a good buy, something a little bit different that I hadn't seen before, but I really like that ability to see that wattage output and how fast I'm getting things charged. One of the other things that's really important is when you're pulling all this video, right, you've got to get it off quick. You don't want hours and hours of downloading SD cards. And my computer that I've used to edit the videos doesn't have a card reader, so I needed a card reader to plug into a USB-C. So here we've got USB connection, your standard SD, and your micro SD ports on this one. This is made by Hycober, and it's fast. I can download at almost a couple hundred millibytes per second. So it's quick, and that's really what I was looking for with this. No fancy features, just plug and play and get that video data off of there and onto your computer or hard drive or wherever you're trying to get it to. Storing your data. So you're pulling it off, you got to put it somewhere. Computer I have only has a 0.5 terabyte drive in it, so I get that just running the 360 video for a full day. So I needed a good solution. I used to run a non-solid state hard drive. It was 10 terabytes, but it just wasn't great, right? So I like to be able to edit straight from my external drive. So I picked this SanDisk Extreme Pro solid state drive, 4 terabyte storage capability. But then look at that, up to 2,000 millibyte per second transfer rate. I'll tell you, this thing is fast. It reacts immediately as soon as I need to do something, and this fits right in the palm of my hand. That thing is tiny, all kinds of storage capability, and this is the Extreme Pro, so it's got this rubber coating on it, keeps it, if you drop it, which I've done before. I've broken a hard drive because I dropped it one time. So having something like this is super convenient to pack and carry with me when I'm on road trips, and it's quick for pulling that data, and 4 terabytes of data is quite a bit, as long as you're keeping up with your video editing. One of the key challenges out on the water is keeping our action cameras powered up, and I've tried several different options for that, tying into my onboard battery for my motor and power pole, my lithium battery there, and just never found a great solution for getting that tied in. I might look at doing that again in the future, but these external batteries have worked out really well. I had been using this Pocket Juice 20,000 milliamp. When I added the microphone to the cameras, right, so I was trying to power the receiver and the camera at the same time, I was just having trouble keeping the camera powered up for a long period of time. So I recently picked up this, I'm not exactly sure how you say it, NAU power bank. Now, the thing about this one is, you see down there, it'll do a 22.5 watt output, and it's still that 20,000 milliamp storage capacity. It's been really good. Haven't had any issues with this. It does come with a light on it. It's got two outputs for your standard USBs, and then you got your in and out, so you can charge or power something based on plugging into that USB-C. It has a nice big readout so you can see what your battery percentage is, and again, it's got a lot of output compared to what I've seen in other external batteries. So this is one, if you're looking for a great external battery, this one has been really good and does a really fast job of charging things in comparison to the other outputs, 2 watt, 3 watt, things like that. It just couldn't keep up with what I was doing, so this is my solution. All right, a tripod, that's another pretty useful thing. This one is set up to hold the action cameras. Also has an attachment so you can put your phone on there with a strap down over the top and the bottom of it. And it also has this remote that if you have an iPhone, you can take the cameras. If you have an Android, you can do the zoom in and out features with the remote as well. And this has been pretty stable. It does a big extension. You can just use it like a selfie stick or full tripod capability. But again, it's probably about a foot tall, so you can do some tabletop videos, or extend it all the way out and get those videos when you're standing up too. So this is the Texlar tripod. So been a pretty good, useful one. I've had this one for about 4 or 5 years, and does exactly what I need it to. So I hope you found those quick product reviews that I use out on the water and have my own personal experience with helpful for you to make some decisions. Maybe you got some Amazon gift cards for Christmas, you didn't know how to spend them, but if you want to upgrade some setups and charging times, improvements, video transfer, storage, hopefully you find some of that helpful. Again, click on that link, get something you need, and promise I'm going to be doing a better job of making videos in a more timely manner this year. I've already got some stuff in the edit phase right now. It'll be coming out here shortly. Appreciate the support. Hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel. I promise you there's more coming. And man, the weather's great here in Florida, so we're going to be out here fishing. Tournament season for the National Series start here in a month. Local series has already been going on, so you're going to get some videos coming out on that stuff here very, very soon. So again, get out on the water and have a great day.